Hey everyone, welcome back to the OGD, where we share our family's perspectives. We're back again now for episode
Episode
5.
5. Yep.
Cool, got that right. Let's go around really quick and talk about our weeks and how we're all doing.
All right. Yeah, I guess I'll get started. Um, yeah, it was a long week for me. I think I was just super busy with work. Worked a lot of overtime this week and worked a little bit yesterday for a couple hours just to catch up on some stuff. Um, yeah, I think I've just been super busy at work the last couple of weeks, and it's kind of taken up a lot of my time. So I'm kind of just focused on that. Trying to get things done at my job and trying to get everything situated, kind of trying to keep track of everything and make sure everything gets completed. So it's kind of been a stressful, a little bit, maybe a couple of weeks or so. Not really sure if it's kind of me putting it on myself or kind of if it's just we have a lot of stuff to do, but maybe it's a mixture of both. But I think that's kind of been on my mind for a bit. So it's kind of been a kind of a consistent theme for the last couple of weeks. Um, Unfortunately, I don't think I got that much studying in this week, mostly just because I was just too tired, I guess, to do any sort of studying, I guess, for prolonged periods. And it's just kind of hard to find, I guess, motivation because, again, I'm kind of just stuck just reading a 500-page book, and I'm only on page 133. So I still have about, 350 odd pages to go. And yeah, it's just hard to kind of motivate yourself to kind of break that down inch by inch because yeah, if you can, I'll show it right now, but I mean the book is pretty damn thick. So um yeah, hoping to make some traction or make some progress on that in the next, I would say actually this coming week. I think this week I'll make it a big priority to hopefully get through a majority of the reading. But yeah, just the book just staring me in the face just is pretty daunting, and again, just finding that motivation is tough. But other than that, I think another good thing this week is I did hit my goal of sleep, which was good. Not like consistently 8 hours every single day, but definitely at least 7.5 or more, which was good. So I think my energy levels were definitely a lot better, I'd say. I wasn't as tired as I usually was because usually I would just try to get exactly 7 hours of sleep and kind of just, like I mentioned before, I would kind of just keep studying until, right before I slept, or kind of just like spent time on my phone. But I made a concerted effort to actually, you know, get to bed and get that 8 hours in. So, yeah, I just never realized the importance of actually getting quality sleep. But the other unfortunate thing too is I think we have like rats in our house, like living underneath our house. So they are like close to my room. So literally at nighttime when I was sleeping, I would hear like a scratching noise. And straight up the first night, I thought someone was trying to break in through my window in my bathroom. So I was like freaking out, and I grabbed the tennis racket in my room and just like slowly opened my door and just was checking. I'm like, damn, I thought someone was gonna sneak in and kill me in my sleep. So I was like, yo, this is kind of
Uh,
sketchy. And then
but
yeah,
yeah,
and then I asked my dad about it the next day, and he's like, oh no, they're just the rats. I was just like, the rats? Oh, we have rats. He's like, yeah, we have rats living in the house. So yeah, my dad put out some stuff to try to deter the rats, and so far it's been fine. So I've been getting some good sleep over the last couple of days. But yeah, I forgot that I guess we have rats living underneath the house sometimes. But yeah, I mean, other than the rats, I was lucky enough to get in bed by the time that I wanted to, which is good. So that's definitely an improvement there. And then reading was still slacking a little bit too, like just personal reading for stuff that I want to do. So I kind of want to make that an improvement this coming week as well. Just as again substitute out the phone and try to just do reading instead. But yeah, I think other than that, that pretty much covers everything in my week. And oh yeah, also today is daylight saving, so we actually get more light, at nighttime, which is great, but less sleep, which kind of sucks. So we'll take a little bit of an adjusting period. But yeah, I mean, it's good to finally start heading towards, I think it's spring. So I think we get some better weather. Also today was a little bit rainy, which kind of sucked, but more light at night is always a good time, and the weather hopefully will start getting a little bit warmer, and we can start doing more stuff. But that's kind of me.
Have you actually seen the rats? Like, has your dog like gone to chase them or anything like that?
I have not, but the other day there were two foxes that ran by my like window over here, like this open door to my right, and like,
Wow.
dude, I thought they were like fat ass raccoons, but then they're orange and they're like just like making this weird screeching noise, and then they just zipped past my thing, and I was like, oh well, we can't take our dog out because obviously my dog will get eaten.
Now you just need to get the
Oh,
foxes to kill the rats, and then you have your rat problem
Exactly.
solved.
On top of that, the week before that, I did see the fat raccoon though. So that thing was drinking. I sent a video to Michael a couple weeks ago. Like, okay, so remember how I was talking about the bird bath thing, like that mini bird
yeah.
thing? So instead of the bird bath, it was like the little pot or kind of like a I don't want to call it, maybe like a little container full of like water, like really old water. And then one day, and I was working, I looked outside, and this fat raccoon starts drinking out of it. And I was like, dang, that thing's been eating a bunch of people's trash. So it was like, dude, it's fat. It is fat. So yeah, I, mean, I guess near my room, I've now seen one huge raccoon, two foxes, two rats, and then a bunch of birds. So I guess if anything, I'm getting wildlife near
Yeah.
my bedroom, which is
Dude.
interesting, I guess, which is good. But
The-
yeah, in terms of the rats, those are probably the only ones I haven't seen yet. But I can definitely tell you there's at least two of them living close underneath my bedroom. So hopefully they don't keep me up tonight because I do have work tomorrow. But if that's the case, then I can't really do anything else. But yeah, a lot of wildlife going on. So
just just keep the Babylot close, bro. Keep
exactly,
the Babylot on deck. But yeah, that's awesome that you're kind of getting so much diversity outside of your window.
exactly. So it's just like we'll try to monitor the situation. And the other scary thing too is I'm hoping I don't see any coyotes outside my window because we do have those around our neighborhood. And I think in the last like year or two they've eaten like three cats, which is kind of bad. So
Oh my
um,
It's the coyotes
goodness.
that eat the raccoons. Raccoons ate the rats.
exactly, dude. We have raccoons, we have foxes, we have deer, coyotes, freaking rats. Like, dude, this is like a freaking mini zoo out here. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy. So each day we get some sort of wildlife coming around. It's pretty cool. But hopefully they don't mess with the sleep schedule or anything. But it's good to keep an eye out for those things and get them passing by the room once in a while.
Yeah, do the raccoons and the foxes, do they come by in the daytime or at night?
Um, the raccoon, actually, the raccoon and foxes I saw during the daytime, so that was kind of
Wow.
weird. Oh yeah, we also have a skunk somewhere around the neighborhood too.
It's another one just
So
to add to the biodiversity.
yeah, every time at night, say if I'm like driving back from like the store or something, if it's like pitch black, I think the raccoon has like three babies or something, or two or three or something like that, or maybe like a you know male or female partner or something. But the raccoons are always like going into many like small holes and stuff and trying to like escape any night creatures. And then I think the skunk will just randomly scurry out of the blue, and you'll just see that. And you can also smell it, which is kind of nasty, so that's not good. And then yeah, coyotes are obviously at nighttime, and then foxes. I just randomly saw those during the day, so I didn't even know we had foxes around the place until I just saw those this like earlier this week, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, a bunch of animals I didn't even know that we had that just come around the house and wander around. So yeah,
Very cool.
yep,
It's like the straight up zoo, dude, outside of your office window.
straight up. So it's yeah, definitely an interesting thing each day.
What do you think's gonna be
Good.
the next new animal?
Panda.
Panda.
I'm kidding. That'd be sick. If pandas were indigenous in North America and I had them living in my backyard, dude, I'd be feeding that thing every day.
Dude, next thing you know, you're just gonna see a random bear outside your window.
That would be scary. A random bear, like a mountain lion, that'd be crazy too. If I saw one of those things, those things are pretty scary. But yeah, if I got a panda in my backyard, that would have been cool.
Good job on the sleeping this week.
Yeah,
Keeping those hours up. That's really
definitely makes a
good.
difference. Definitely makes a difference. I must admit, it does.
Yeah, and speaking of your reading, I mean, I know you're kind of on a very rigorous schedule and you want to take that test soon, but I think it's good to have kind of lower volume weeks so you can recover a bit. I mean, it hasn't been that long since you took the first iteration of the test, so I think
Yeah,
you're doing good.
yeah, but I think almost been a month. I think I took the SIE around the 22nd of February, so I think I've given myself enough time to, I guess, recuperate. The good thing is too at work, I think I should be taking off Thursday and Friday of this week. So I think that'll be a good chance for me to kind of just, rejuvenate a bit. Hopefully get on a dedicated schedule, within those 5 days to hopefully bust out a couple of pages of this book. Because I do want to get that over with. Because I think just reading the book once is enough. Because I think I was reading somewhere that studying, it's not good to like reread, just a book or like material over and over and over again. It's just like the minimum time should just be once. And then just, I guess, focus on specific things that you're not familiar with, and then kind of just avoiding double reading because again, I don't think that second time really makes much of a difference compared to other study strategies. So I'm just trying to just make my way through the book, read what I have to read, kind of just see what I do understand, what I don't understand, and then kind of just go from there. It's going to be a long process, I can already tell, but hopefully I can just find the motivation to actually stay focused and kind of commit to it instead of just reading for 15 minutes, getting a little bored, and then thinking to take a quick break when I probably shouldn't. So, um, yeah, I got to make that, more of an effort to kind of just snap back into focus instead of just kind of branching off into other spaces when I'm trying to study. The other thing I wanted to mention too is I think on top of that, I also did not get to keep my space organized like I wanted to. I mentioned that a couple of weeks ago, trying to just make my surroundings more organized and more, I guess, tidy. So I guess it's a little more easier to focus in a sense, or kind of just keep my life more organized. But looking at my room now, I kind of just threw a lot of stuff around the place instead of kind of just cleaning it up. So I got to make that also an effort this week since I do have some time to do stuff. Make my room more tidy. I guess kind of organize stuff so I know where things are exactly, and kind of just organize my life more in a sense. And hopefully that can kind of trickle down to other things too. And moving forward, it'll just be better.
Good call, dude. Good perspective. I think that'll definitely play a role in positively affecting your performance.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. So we'll try to get that going this week. But
Nice.
yeah, that's pretty much me.
Cool. I'll talk about my week then. Um, Honestly, I think emotionally, I go through like peaks and valleys, and I don't know why I always tend to do that, but this week was definitely a lower stride for me. Um, I'm kind of in the middle of a move right now. I don't think I really mentioned to you guys much throughout the week, but I'm going to be moving up to Rockland, and I'm here now actually. So that dealing with that is kind of put a layer of stress on my week, and having all of my stuff in two places has been a little bit difficult to manage. Um, I'm still staying on top of my homework surprisingly, and I still have A's in all my classes, but I just don't feel that well, like mentally about it for some reason. Every time I get like, I don't know, maybe like not a perfect score, like even like like for today, for example, I got a 12 out of 15 on my essay number two draft, and I got the notification at like, I don't know, 11 in the morning. I just laid in bed, just like hella sad. Um,
Dang.
and I'm like laughing about it now, but it like really isn't that like great to be doing. I've been sleeping in and I've been staying up late. My sleep schedule's all whack. I feel like a really bad straight A student right now. Like the worst functioning straight A student. And I think part of what I need to do is just lighten off on myself and just kind of be proud of what I'm accomplishing and slow down and refocus and not be so chaotic. Um, it it was it took a little bit of time for me to adjust to get into like my roles in the clubs that I'm in. But now that I've kind of established that, I think just focusing on my schoolwork should be a little bit easier. That way, I don't need to be so torn between extracurriculars and my academics. And yeah, I feel like I'm rambling. I feel like I've been rambling all week in my own head, and I just need to snap out of it. But it's so much easier said than done, and I don't know what's like the first thing that I should tackle sometimes. Like, I know I just said I should just focus on school, but sometimes it's hard to keep that goal in mind when like all the other pieces of my life are on shaky ground right now. So yeah, I'm kind of in shambles, but I'm like hanging in there and I'm still getting my stuff done. Um, yeah, I'm surviving, man. I'm like that raccoon. I'm out here.
I think, yeah, I think, yeah, it seems like you're definitely going through a lot. Like, you can just tell with just kind of looking at you and kind of seeing the way you talk. It's good that you're definitely staying on top of school. I think your main priority before you mentioned, 'cause I think you mentioned this to us last week that you're moving, but I think you mentioned that school is the number one priority, and I think that's a great thing. So even though, you feel like, I guess, you were quote unquote a bad straight A student, to that I would say, I wouldn't say you're a bad straight A student. I'd say it's great that you're a straight A student, and you also have to understand that, I feel like other people are also, I guess, feeling the same way as well. So I don't think always whenever you're a straight A student, if you're getting like good grades all the time, it's not always a smooth sailing boat. I think there's always something that always kind of, contributes to some sort of odd feeling if you feel like you haven't accomplished it or feel like you don't, earn it or you don't deserve it. I think as long as you're doing, I guess, well in your classes and I guess keeping up with those things, I think you just, give yourself enough credit to say that you're doing well enough to actually keep those grades up. Because regardless of what's going on in your life, at least you're keeping that as, a stable ground and accomplishing your goals there, which is great. Um, I think the other thing is, yeah, I think it's tough. I don't really have, I guess, too much advice in terms of the whole moving thing. I know that you said it was definitely like a long process, a tough process, an emotional process. I think the best thing that I would say in my situation is potentially just, try to get it over with as soon as possible, maybe in like the best fashion possible. Just because I just from previous experience for things I knew that would take a long time or physically or emotionally tolling, if I let those linger for, a while, that would kind of just keep taking that toll for days, weeks, months, or however long it would take. And it would just be, emotionally and mentally draining. And it kind of just, distract me from using that energy to, I guess, do other things I wanted to accomplish. So I think, even though it's a tough, I guess, period in your life, I would say, again, try to get that accomplished as fast as possible, but also in like the healthiest way possible, where it doesn't feel like you're kind of damaging anything that will kind of just keep lingering. So, I mean, I don't really know, I guess, what you're currently going through. I guess the things that you're dealing with, but if there's a way to kind of cope with that in a more positive space, and just if there's a way to get that done quicker, that's probably the best thing I'd recommend to do. Is just again lingering on negative things, or like I said before, things that kind of just affect your mindset or attitude. It's just not really. It's kind of hard to kind of just keep that around because it'll just drain you, just in general.
For sure. I like what you said about how you want to organize your space, tidy up, and kind of um, create organization in your life to make things smooth overall. And I think that's something that I need to do. And I definitely want to try and get this move finished off. Unfortunately, I think it's going to take a bit, as I've mentioned, but I don't think I can really go hard on moving all my things until spring break, which is the 25th. So once the week of the 25th hits, I can like just let go of my classwork and I can just focus on moving my stuff. The other thing that you said about the school thing and like at least I'm doing well in school, the thing is that um, man, what does school matter if like mentally I'm not necessarily doing the best, if I'm not, if like my mental health isn't that great, like And what's scary to me is I can hear myself talk, and like I can hear the chaos in my life manifest in conversations that I have with other members here in OGD. I mean, for our viewers out there, you kind of just see like the glimpse of me from week to week, right? But as Jared mentioned, you like I probably look beat right now, and I feel beat. I feel crazy right now, but yeah, these things come and go, and I just need to survive. It's just hard sometimes, like the reality of it, and sometimes I'm realizing like you get to these points where you can talk about it as much as you want with other people, and you can release emotions and stuff, but at a certain point you get down to the ropes and it's just you. It's like it's all you, and you're just alone in your head, and you have to overcome it. And I'm wrestling with that right now. Um, but I'm gonna beat it.
I think I don't know. I think probably just venting to people. I think it's helpful. Journaling is helpful. That's something I need to take up as well. I think just it's good that you acknowledge this first off, because again, if you just keep that pent up inside your head, you'll definitely go crazy. Like that's just inevitable. Um, but I think the other thing too is I feel like I mean, I'm not sure if you established this, before going into classes and things, but I think it's just having like a purpose. And I guess kind of knowing, I guess, what that purpose is, if you had one to begin with, and if not, then kind of just establish one. Because I think if you have like an end game or end result, or like I said, some sort of purpose to kind of keep you treading along, that is definitely helpful in terms of, why you're doing something. Because again, if you just don't have a purpose to do it, then it's just like, mindless, just things that you're doing just for no apparent reason, and you'll think of it as like a waste of time, because it's just like, I'm just doing this because someone told me to. I'll just do it to see how far I can get without any sort of end game or goal. I think that kind of ends up resulting in I guess the certain feeling that you have. But again, at the same time, even if you do have a purpose, I feel like if you get overwhelmed, that still also, plays a part in you kind of just questioning why you're doing it. Because I feel like there's been moments in my life too where I was like going through college or even times in work where I'd be like, why am I doing this for? Like sometimes I think like that, if I'm gonna be honest. I mean, there's just times that you just have to think like that. But also I think at those moments we're also like low points. So I guess like the week wasn't going as well as I usually, or the way that I wanted it to go. So I think just negative thoughts, and I guess the amount of stress that comes with being a student or working in the work world or whatever, I think that combination kind of just manifests with each other, and they kind of just feed off of each other and kind of put you down in a lower hole. And I think it's just more important to kind of just keep treading along, and I guess waiting for those small wins that we always talk about that can kind of just put you back on that same path. I don't know if I'm rambling or not, or if I'm making any sense, but that's kind of just how I kind of think about it in a way, to kind of just keep me going. And I guess, you know, try not to be like, as questioning to myself as, I usually can be. So, yeah.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, I'm trying to be less questionable of my own inner self, and definitely acknowledging the small wins will help. Yeah, I don't want to take up too much time.
I guess on
All
that
good.
note, I'll get on to my week. And so this week went through a couple tests, had a paper done, and for now, like all the online videos, they're all done. And this week, I'm moving into finals week. So yeah, it's been a little busy with all the tests and stuff.
I think we've all been busy, it seems like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess with your finals coming up, do you think you're prepared with everything, or do you think you're kind of just ready to be done with the quarter?
Yeah, I'm ready to be done. The truth be told, I only have one actual final test. The other class just had one test last week, and my other final is just a final project, a written paper, instead of a test.
Nice.
Yeah. And then
That's good. That's
also
good.
on the 3D printing side, I was trying to print an ocarina. Let me just pull this up in the main picture. There we go. So, I forget, someone asked what an ocarina was. I think that was you, Mikey.
No, that was me.
That
So
was you, Jared?
I didn't know what an ocarina was.
Yeah, it's like a weird wind instrument. I always wanted to make one since ceramics class, but I couldn't figure out how to make it out of clay. So now I'm finally getting around to doing it.
It looks like a spaceship.
Yeah, kind of. But in printing it, I actually had to print it 3 times. This was the first one. Right here is the mouthpiece part. You could see it broke open. Like it failed in the print.
Mm.
So then I printed it a second time. Sort of a similar problem, but then also I ran out of resin partway through and I didn't realize. So it's just this whole incomplete thing. But the
Oh,
third time it's all good now. And it's
Right.
curing. So you can't touch it right now, it's a little toxic. Just gonna give it a little bit more time.
Oh, well, third time's a charm, just like my SIE test. Third
Yeah.
time's a charm.
And also your camera cut out, Jared.
Oh, did it? That's weird. On my end, it looks fine. Okay, let me, here, I'll join back real quick.
Alright. Is it fine on your end, Mikey?
he was frozen on my end too.
Am I back?
But
There we go. I see you.
you're back.
Um,
So cool, Lyndon.
yeah, I think that's,
I really like seeing the prototype versions and even the incomplete second iteration. It was just cool, like seeing it in
Yeah.
different processes.
Yeah, I
Or I
wanted
mean, in
to keep
different.
these two until I could get the final version finished. I could just take a picture of the lineup of all three of them together.
Yeah, save save those. You're not planning on tossing those prototypes, are you?
Oh, I was gonna toss them.
Can you? Can I have one? Can you save one for me?
Sure. Do you want which one?
I want the one with the base.
This one? All right.
nice.
I'll keep it like up there until I can see you again.
Awesome. Have you played any of the Legend of Zelda games?
That's where I. That's you know. That's where I like first saw an ocarina, but I didn't play the. Is it Ocarina of Time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't played that one.
Cool. That's cool. You just saw it and you're like interested in it.
Yeah.
The other thing too, Lyndon, is I think so. You were home alone again this week, right? Like by
Yeah,
yourself.
that's right. My parents and my sister went on a little vacation, so I've been alone since Wednesday, I think. So it's just me and my dog. He's off to the left, maybe. Is that the left of the video?
Yeah,
It's
that's
hard to
close
tell, but
enough.
he's out just off camera, right beside me in his little crate, taking a nap.
Nice. I know we've been mentioning Michael and my brother's cooking and baking ventures. Lyndon,
hmm
do you cook or do you bake?
No, I haven't cooked aside from making popcorn, but not like the packet popcorn. I just like get the kernels, pour a little bit of olive oil and salt, and then just make it in the microwave, like my own little microwavable packets of popcorn.
So have you been just living off popcorn for the last couple of days?
No, no,
Or?
no, no. My parents left some leftovers. I've had like spaghetti, and then my uncle also just randomly dropped by and gave me some Japanese food.
Oh, yummy.
Yeah, but I have been thinking of just baking cookies. Maybe once finals are done and I'm on spring break, I'll make like three
Celebratory
ingredient
cookie.
Nutella cookies. Yeah, I
Wait,
used
when
to.
is when's your spring break? Is that right after this week?
Yep. So once this week is over, I'll be in spring break.
Dang, that's good. But
Yeah.
yeah, celebratory cookies. That sounds like a good idea to definitely celebrate the end of finals. I think that's a good way to treat yourself to an end of another quarter. I think.
Yeah, I used to bake a little bit back when it was like by myself in Davis or with my roommates. I made
Nice.
like these pumpkin stuffed cannolis, Nutella cookies, peanut butter cookies, and I took those two cookies, made a new recipe of like just mixed peanut butter and Nutella cookies. That was a good experiment. And
Mm.
I think that's about it. Forgetting a few recipes. Yeah, a lot of baking stuff. Oh, brownies too.
Dang, that's actually awesome. Yeah, I think for me, I kind of want to get into the cooking scene, but yeah, I think that gets back to the motivation thing. I gotta just get myself to actually start doing it and actually do it instead of saying I want to do it. So I gotta kind of want to get into that because also I want to, if I'm gonna like move out on my own and stuff, I definitely need to learn how to cook because I think if I eat out all the time, that's gonna end up adding up. So I think definitely the time I have right now is probably the best time that I possibly could have to, I guess, learn to become a home chef because I think
Hmm.
that's definitely a skill that'll be useful in the future. I mean, I can like cook some basic stuff, but when it comes to like putting things together and like good seasoning on things, I'm not the best with that. I either always over season or under season, and yeah, as to say, one time in college, I tried making some chicken and broccoli, and that was the most bland tasting chicken I've ever tasted in my life. It
We all
did
make
not
mistakes when
taste
we
very
first cook.
good.
And also, Jared, your oh, never mind. I was say your camera froze, but it just came back.
Cool. Yeah, but I made some bland chicken that did not taste very good. So, I mean, I still ate it because I don't like to waste food. But yeah, I gotta use that as motivation to hopefully learn how to cook one of these days. So
Force yourself to do it. Tell your mom like, "Hey, mom, I got Wednesday night for dinner," and just do it.
true, true. Yeah, I think my
Like,
problem is like anytime I did like if I want to do that like during the workday, I feel like I keep telling myself I'm like, oh wait, but I already work. Oh, actually, no. This week I can definitely do that because I have Thursday and Friday off. I think. But my issue is I think I like to make excuses in my head a lot. Like for example, if I want to like cook dinner during the week, during the work week, I'll be like, oh, I can cook, but I work the entire day and I need to study. But in reality, I probably only study like an hour or two that night, and I'll like just take a break, like again watching YouTube or something. I can definitely help out with cooking because the other thing that I realize is dumb is like I tell myself that to make that as an excuse, but like when my dad comes home from work or if my mom's done with work, they will usually just get started on the cooking right away. So I think for me, the goal would just to be if I want to just like start cooking, I think I just need to just right after work just go to the kitchen instead of just like sitting on the couch or laying in my bed or something. I should just get out of my seat, go straight to the kitchen, just find what we have and try to cook something. Because again, I think I just make excuses too much in my own head, and then I end up just not doing it. And my parents do it. So I think that's probably the best place to start, and hopefully I can get that going. Because again, cooking is definitely something I should add to the arsenal, or I guess my skill set to just do stuff on my own, or if I'm ever out somewhere just doing something and just need to cook. I think it'd be good just to learn how to do that stuff. But I can tell you, I can do rice, I can make spaghetti, I can make tacos and stuff, and um, cook certain things. But I want to just get good with cooking and actually make it taste good, so it's actually edible for other people, not just me just stuffing it in my face and just forcing it down. So yeah, that's gonna be a project I think on my end. To hopefully incorporate cooking in my life and hopefully get somewhere. And hope I can have you guys keep me accountable for that instead of just saying that I'm going to do it over and over and over again. So we'll see how that goes.
cool,
Yeah,
cool. Well,
definitely.
I'll ask about that next week for sure.
Yeah, I
Nice.
feel like with like starting to cook, I feel like when I was by myself in Davis, it was a lot easier to just jump into a recipe because if I didn't cook, I didn't eat. But now, even though I have more time and more just like raw ingredients and seasonings and stuff, it's just harder just to get into it.
Yeah. The other thing I don't like about cooking is I hate the cleaning part. like
Yeah.
like if you use so many pots and pans, like you're already tired from cooking the food, and then like you're like, oh, I have dinner, or I have like good food to eat, and then you eat it, you look in the dish, like the sink, and you're like, damn, I have to wash all these dishes now, even though I'm tired from all this cooking. But again, that probably should not be an excuse for me to not cook. So hopefully I can also just make myself do it because I think it'll be good just to try to teach myself how to be a good chef, and then hopefully if we ever get back together from after quarantine, I can hopefully chef it up for you guys and make a good meal for all of us to enjoy. So we'll see. We'll
Do you
see.
ever cook for yourself when you're on your own in college?
I did. My
The
issue
chicken and broccoli.
is chicken and broccoli. I think I did it more when I was living in an apartment. I think when I was living in housing, I actually ended up eating like at the kind of like campus like obviously food place, and it was like disgusting food. But yeah, when I moved out into the apartment, I think I cooked more with my housemates, which was great. So I think we actually slow cooked the ribs a lot, which was kind of funny. Is the first time I remember my housemate wanted to make ribs, and he just wanted to like cook it after 2 hours. And then I was like, that's not gonna work. Because I remember I called my dad and I was picking up groceries, and I was like, oh, one of my roommates wants to cook ribs. He's like, try slow cooking it for like the entire day. We did that, and those were some of the best ribs I've ever had. It was amazing. So we always made ribs a lot. I think we made pasta a lot. We made tacos a lot actually. And then just like I think my friend was watching binging with, or my roommate was watching binging with Babish a
Mhm.
lot. So he like took a lot of his recipes and just like experimented with it, and he was just like making random stuff, and we're like, dang, this tastes pretty good. So, um, yeah, I'd say I cooked more when I was just in the apartment, but not so much with the on-campus housing. And then it sucks because when I moved back home, I think I got lazy with it. So, yeah, I gotta start ramping that up. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Also, your camera froze again on my end.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. Yes. Go ahead
Oh,
and
let's
rejoin.
okay, let
But
me try
yeah,
that one
I've also taken some binging with Babish's. Oh wait, you're back. Don't do anything.
more time. I'm turning into Michael's lag fest.
It's the
Yeah.
torch has been passed on to you, Jared.
But yeah,
What were you saying? You were also watching the
yeah, I've
Babish
also watched
stream?
binging with Babish. I've taken his millionaire shortbread chocolate shortbread recipe and
Ooh.
sort of modified it a little bit. I was missing one of the ingredients, and I somehow made a good cookie thing. Oh, I think I cut out the caramel because I didn't want to deal with cleaning it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. I think those like yeah, those binging with Babish channels or just any sort of cooking channel. I
Mhm.
think that's always a good place to start, or just like anywhere that just kind of gives you a recipe. Because I feel like again, most of those people I would hope so know what they're doing. So I mean, as long as I follow those, hopefully I won't have any issues with seasonings and stuff for bland chicken again. So we'll try to go with those channels after I get situated with some stuff.
Try to have a game plan when you go into making meals for your family. Like I know you said you would just go into the kitchen and try and cook something up, which could work. But I think you might have a better chance of success if you have a plan and you already have like the ingredients or you're aware of like exactly what you have and you kind of just take care of that step before you even dive in.
Yeah.
Hello, my people.
Hello. How's your
Uh,
week been?
Uh, Pretty good. I had a first full week of work this week in the city. Commute was pretty good. Work was pretty good, moderate. So it's been a good first week at work. And then I got vaccinated this past Saturday.
Oh, you
So I
got your
got my
first dose?
yeah. So I my job required me to get, or I asked me if I could get a COVID vaccine. So I did that. I got a letter from Kaiser and just my job employer. I got my first dose Saturday in the afternoon. The shot's not even that bad. Like went to the high school, my old high school, got my shot. The doctor said left or right arm. I said left arm, and she just poked it. I'm like, well, that was it. Yeah, so I got my first dose. It doesn't even hurt. So I encourage you guys to get it. It's pretty painless and quick. It's only a sore arm after like the next day. My arm's getting pretty strong back again though.
Not too bad.
Yep. My second dose is in 3 weeks for my to get fully vaccinated. So I'll be in the good ropes in the next 3 weeks.
That's good. That's coming up pretty soon.
Yep.
Glad you had a good first week at work, dude.
Thanks, Michael. Yeah, I'm looking forward for tomorrow. So I gotta hit the sack at 10 o'clock, awake about 6:30, and drive to the city tomorrow.
Is it that
How was
long of a
your
commute?
Huh?
Is it that long of a commute?
No, I wake up at 6:30. I leave the house at 7:10 because I start at 8.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but when I get there, I technically don't start till 8:50. So I sit there for 50 minutes doing nothing. So I gotta
Wait,
get.
wait, what? Your start time is at 8, but you start at 8:50. So you sit. What?
Yep. My
Then why
job.
not leave later? Why do you have to?
Well,
What?
because they require me to come in at 8 to set up some stuff. So I set up for like takes me like 10, 15 minutes. and I have like a 30-minute break before I start my actual work. So I have like a 30-minute rest time in between after I set up.
Oh, nice. What do you do in that time, in that space?
Like when I'm done setting up,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on my phone. On my phone, just like looking at social media because I'm bored.
Oh my god.
Bring your SIE prep.
Exactly.
Yeah, I rescheduled my SIE exam because like I got really when I come home like I'm really tired. I take like a 4 hour nap. And I wake up like oh shit's already 10 o'clock. I gotta go to bed. So I'm gonna start studying for the SIE again tomorrow. I'm gonna try not to sleep after work, like rest for 2 hours and study for the SIE. I'm taking the test May wait May 30th. So instead of April, I'm taking May. I'm not gonna change it again. So I'm definitely gonna take it in May. I gotta start studying again tomorrow. So hope can I need a couple of my brothers doing working and then studying for the SIE at the same time. So I'm done rescheduling. I'm gonna just take it in May. Whatever happens, happens. Even though I'm working and I'm tired. So, but it's gonna happen.
Hey, buddy,
Good
that's not an
optimism.
excuse. I was working and tired, and I still took the damn SIE. There's no excuse. There's no excuse.
But it's definitely gonna happen. I'm gonna take it in May.
Nice,
Well, before
nice.
you just
Is
came
this-
on, we were all talking about recipes and cooking. Do you have any anything new on that front? Any
Oh
like
yeah,
chain?
hey, I learned a recipe.
Yeah,
You gotta enhance your scrambled eggs, boys.
milk.
Yes.
Now, I looked up Gordon Ramsay. You put in creme fraiche into your egg to making it smoother and silkier. And put a little bit of chives and it makes the egg smoothen and then you put on a piece of toast with salmon. It's pretty damn good.
Wow.
You've never tried it. How do you know it's good?
Yeah, wait, what's creme fraiche? Is that like creamer?
It's like kind of like
Sour
yogurt.
cream, I think.
In between yogurt and something else. It's like I don't know what it's kind of like yogurt / sour cream. Yeah, it's like a
Sounds
mixture
like
of
just
yogurt, sour
fancy
cream.
milk to put in eggs.
Yeah, I can make some bomb scrambled eggs with just like milk and salt and pepper. I can
That's
make
all
some
you
pretty
need.
good. Yeah, make some fluffy. Make some fluffy. Yeah, I think we're actually nearing the end of the pretty much the podcast. But yeah, I guess with that, do you guys have I guess anything you guys want to address with these upcoming weeks, or I guess anything you want to improve upon, or any long term goals you want to address with the 6 viewers out there? Anyone?
I just want to heal and be healthy and find what the end goal is. I think what you said earlier resonated with me that at first I thought I knew what my end goal was, but now that I'm thinking about it more, like, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do once I graduate, and it's daunting.
Feeling on that one. Definitely don't think about it too much, or don't try to get down too much on it. And if you need anyone to talk to, we're here. So yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
like another good recipe.
Yeah.
Also, to enhance your sandwich levels, you guys know what prosciutto is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can make yourself a prosciutto sandwich. Put some mozzarella cheese, pesto, and prosciutto in there. Making it instead of a
Dude, why is it
turkey-
prosciutto? It's prosciutto. You say
Dude,
prosciutto.
that sounds so good on a pretzel roll right now.
That sounds amazing, actually.
Like that, yeah, on a just like a pretzel hoagie.
Dude, pretzel hoagie, prosciutto,
or a brioche bun.
arugula, mozzarella cheese. Oh, dude.
And also, oh boys. Also, last thing, the thing that I can't get over that my favorite beverage at night is the vanilla mocha. Those regular like mochas. But now, since my parents go to South San Francisco, they get the vanilla mocha. It's amazing, boys. I keep on drinking that
Yeah,
shit.
if you guys
Dude.
want some like lit food or like snacks from like your childhood days, like ring pops, or
Vanilla
you
mocha's
want
the
like
bomb.
like those, like the just anything that you remember from your childhood, dude. South San Francisco Costco, amazing. It is actually insane. Like it's crazy. You want to buy? I think I already mentioned this. But if you want to buy a goat, you go to freaking South San Francisco Costco. You can cook up a whole ass goat. Like it's
Oh
crazy.
my goodness. South City, Costco. Dude, Ryan, are you still waking up in the middle of the night and popping these vanilla mochas?
I already had like I would drink it a lot. I didn't drink like a couple of bottles, like probably every 3 or 4 weeks. But I have it once.
No, it's like every week. Don't lie.
It's amazing, boy. That vanilla.
Hey, yo, boys. Let me tell you something with that the shot though.
Oh
my arm was sore today, and I hit the gym still.
Oh yeah, I think you're supposed to move it around. That helps get over the soreness.
No, but like the craziest thing is like for me, like I got a tetanus shot and my arm was hurting so bad, and then somehow my brother gets the COVID vaccine. And
Yeah, it's a different shot.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like my parents were like feeling whatever, and a couple of my friends were. And then my brother's out here doing pull-ups like after he gets it, and he's going to the gym.
Yeah, I think my mom worked out after she got her second shot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It must not be that bad then. But yeah, I was like my parents were like, oh, it hurts. I feel kind of weird. My brother's out here just like doing everything. I was like, what the heck?
Do you feel the microchips flowing through your veins?
Nah, I mean, they gave me
Chips, bro. Chill.
they gave me the injection, and then they asked for a Band-Aid, but I didn't get one because I wasn't bleeding.
Oh my god.
I just had a small dot on my arm, and I just hit the gym straight up.
Oh my god. Alright. Okay.
I mean, my
Well,
triceps
let's bring it back in.
biceps.
Lennon, do you have anything you want to focus on this coming week, or anything down the line?
No, I'm just gonna finish up that last ocarina. Maybe learn like a simple melody, like 5 notes. Maybe something from Legend of Zelda, Mikey.
Nice.
Lyndon,
Oh my god.
how was your are you on spring break now? Are you done with winter quarter?
No, spring break is next week. I'm in finals week right now.
Oh shit! So this is your finals. I thought you had finals week last week.
No, those are midterms and just tests.
So this is your finals week, then you'll have spring break right after.
That's right.
Good luck, Lyndon. You can do it.
All
Thank
right. Yeah, I think my week. Hopefully, I can get through some studying. Stay focused on getting through my Series 7 book. Hopefully, I can keep up the sleep schedule going. Hopefully, it's more consistent. And then, yeah, I'm hoping to get at least one day of cooking in. We'll see how that goes on either of my breaks. But yeah, I think with that, remember, guys, it's never too late to start somewhere. Just get up and go.
Bye.